It's ground zero, day one. We just got this property, this 60-unit building, assigned to us from a court-appointed receiver. And if you don't know what a court-appointed receiver is, go down to the profile and there's a video in there telling you exactly what it is. And of course, I can't do this by myself. So we got our property management, project management team out here with me, Lance and Colton. We're gonna walk this thing and we're gonna together work as a team to put together an entire scope of what we gotta do to get this property in shape. It's day one. We are going to do the walk for you guys. We're gonna start with the exterior and we're gonna build a scope as we go along here. So first thing that we see on the exterior as we approach, we have some concrete issues which aren't super major, but probably gonna need addressed a little bit. Landscaping obviously is a little bit of a mess, a little bit of a wreck. We're missing tons of screens, lots of screens that are off. We have quite a few that's out here, so it should be pretty simple to kind of get some of these back together, rebuild some of them. But we want to get those back in so tenants can open and shut their windows appropriately. All right, so one of the things that we like to do, or that I like to do personally, is I want to video record everything that we do so that we can send to the court order receiver. That way they can go back to the judge, they can go back to the banks, and they can justify why they need money and why they're gonna have to spend X amount of dollars on the property to get it back in shape. The receiver is the one that manages it, but what we have to remember is they don't just have a plethora of cash. They have to actually get that from the banks, they have to get it from the judge, and everything has to be approved. So we want to do a really, really good job of documenting for them so that they can go back and justify exactly why they need to do what we're telling them that they need to do. Okay, we have some spray paint on the building. We can dress something pretty simple for the most part. Quite a bit of litter and trash that's around the property. The trees going into the gutters and the top of the roof. We need to get this thing trimmed back away from the building to protect the building. Otherwise, it's going to do some damage with the gutters and the roof that's up there. Back door is not securing. It's just a pass-through handle, so there's no lock on here, so it's not a secured entrance. That'll allow a bunch of people to just come in and out as they want, or if we get some homeless people in the area that wonder, we want to address this and get the door secured so that we can have a secure entrance to the building and make sure that we know who's coming and going and if they're supposed to be here or not. All right, on the back side of the property, I mean, it looks like a bunch of the bushes have been cut out already. By whoever's here before. Parking lot's a little bit of a mess with weeds and everything that's just kind of overgrown. This fence line needs to be cleaned up a little bit so that we can get the aesthetic appearance of the building back up to date. And if you look at this gutter right here, we don't have the proper slope with our gutter, so that water is just going to sit right there in the gutter. It's not going to drain out, so we need to do a little bit of irrigation here to get that to slope out and away from the property the correct way so we can protect the foundation. All right, so we have glass, but we also have all kinds of wires that are down here along the building. We need to trace them out. A lot of them probably look like cable lines or internet lines. So we need to figure out where they're at, and ultimately if we got to keep them, we want to get them buried. But before we do that, we need to trace them all out. I'm assuming most of them are cable lines or internet lines, since that's what we have on the back side of the building here. You kind of see it looks like a little bit of a mess. And stuff like this is when you have your coax connections on the outside and you get a tenant that maybe gets pissed off at some other tenants, they can easily just destroy everybody else's by disconnecting it. I mean, they've done a bunch of cut wires, they've done a lot of stuff back here, so we really just need to kind of get in there and trace it out and find out what's going on. We have a broken window in this unit. I'm not sure which unit it is, but that window's broke. It's a double pane. Both panes are broke through. We'll have to address that. So I've seen several of these AC units that don't have any covers on the sleeve right here. We want to make sure that we're getting these protected. And a lot of these that I'm looking at, you can see some mold buildup inside of them so that the slope is going back into them. It's not sloping out correctly. So we really just need to go through as we're going through these turns and make sure that we're getting the positive slope that's going to head out to the outside. All right, you just kind of see the weed build up from the parking lot. So they've started to do some landscaping, but everything's kind of grown out here a little bit. So we really want to get this back, get us some fresh pavement. I mean, pavement is in, okay shape, pretty decent shape. We just need to come through here and kind of scrape this up. So while it's not crazy hard, it is a little bit labor intensive. And these PVC pipes running straight into the parking lot here that are obviously damaged up. I mean, cars are going to pull in and go over them. So we need to figure out what a good solution for those is going to be. Nothing too crazy. We have the screens that are on the property. We have a bunch that are ripped up, so we want to get those fixed up. Over here on the corner of the property, you have like a little picnic area right there. It looks like trash. Picnic tables are all beat up and damaged and destroyed. We'd like to be able to clean that up, take care of that a little bit, and really just get the property looking sharp, get it look crisp, so that people want to move in here. So this door, if you look up here, is obviously the tracks, the hinges and everything is a little jacked up on it, so we need to figure out what we got to do with that. We have no locked entry here, so the door just stays open, so anybody can come in and out of the building. It's not secured up. Tenants definitely want a secure building, so we'll figure that out. All right, so my suggestion on the front would be is that it would take a little bit of cash, but we could come in here and power wash kind of the front entranceway especially the kind of flower pots here that have been done. Maybe do a little fix right here. Just make it look a little bit nicer. I mean, this looks like crap. It looks like a ran down building. And if we want to get decent tenants in here and to stabilize this thing for maximum value on the property, we want to address that. We have signs up there. We got chipping paint everywhere. I don't think we necessarily have to do anything with the paint right off the bat right here. But we certainly could spruce this up just by power washing and getting it cleaned up, getting all the walkways edged up, some lines down there. We have the parking lot that needs cleaned up. We have just a little bit of concrete work. We'd really like to come in here and address these flower beds, be able to power wash this front entranceway. A little bit of landscaping, light landscaping, just simple things like trimming and edging the sidewalk so it looks crisp, so it looks clean. The exterior doors certainly need secured. Tenants want a secure entrance. So those are all the things on the exterior that we're seeing. All right, so as you see, the exterior of the property, we just finished up our walk. A lot of common stuff, right? Like it's just been neglected. Parking lot has weeds all over it. Exterior of the building's a little rocky. I mean, we could power wash, we could do some light landscaping, get it looking good again. We also have some lines that we got to figure out where they're going to. I think they're just cable, but either way, we need to figure out what they're doing and we need to get them buried. We have gutters and downspouts that are smashed. We have air conditioners that don't have the right slope leading outside. So all that water is going to flow back in, create mold. It's going to create issues within the walls on the inside. We have some broken windows. We're missing a shit ton of screens. And with this big of a building, we don't have any secured entrances. Somebody, whoever was managing it last, just put pass-through handles on there. So there's no way to secure the building. You know, not crazy. We can get it done. We can get it done pretty simple, but we're going to move inside and hit the interior of the units. Sometimes these rent rolls are accurate. We think this one's pretty accurate, but out of 60 units, we only have like 12 that are actually occupied. We have a lot of vacants, but we're going to try to get in contact with all the tenants right now to get them on the right page, to be able to contact us and get them paying the right way and see if we got any issues with them. So that's what we're doing right now. You taking notes?
I am.
Okay. All right. Okay, we'll do it here in a second. Okay. Now we got unit 9, unit 10. 4, 5. How many project managers does it take to get a 1-inch piece of tape off of the roll? Well, you're seeing it right now. At least 2, minimum of 2, and they still haven't figured this shit out. We've been sitting here for 30 seconds later and just now figured out how to get tape off the roll. This is the shit I gotta deal with every single day. I can't do everything by myself. I mean, sometimes it feels like I need to.
Before you let this go back and close itself, put these back up on itself.
And now they're giving instructions on how to properly use a tape roll. This might not be as easy to stabilize as I had thought. Did you get 9 and 10?
Yeah.
All right, so we are 14.
There's a door there. Appreciate you for that, bro. God damn. Didn't realize you were walking backwards.
All right, as we're walking properties, and this is something that you guys should be aware of, sometimes when you get in these big complexes or even small, you might see a very fine white powder, like what we're seeing down here. All right, a lot of people don't know what this powder is, but what it is, it's actually called boric acid. And oftentimes in buildings like this, property managers or owners, they'll use this powder to treat for roaches, like a heavy roach infestation. So when we see that, we know that we already have an issue in the building. What happens is the roaches crawl through it, and once they crawl through it, that boric acid sticks to their bodies. And then when they go try to clean their bodies off with, actually roaches do a lot. They clean themselves. When they do that, they end up eating that powder, and that starts attacking their nervous system, and it causes them to die very, very slowly. So this tells us that, hey, we need to have our eyes wide open and figure out a good treatment plan for the building to get the infestation under control. All right, so we just served notices on what we believe are the tenants that are still living in this building. What we have to do now is a very painstaking process, but we have to walk every single unit. Remember, there's 60 units in this complex. We're gonna walk every single one of them. We're gonna take an inventory of what's in them. We're going to do a video to the receiver to show them what type of shape they're in, and we're going to put together a scope of what needs done to that unit to bring that unit back online. We also have to make sure that we include all the interior hallways, all of the common stuff, all the laundry rooms, all the utility rooms. It's going to take a while, but it's the right thing to do. And if we do it right now while we're at ground zero, day 1, we can formulate a good game plan and a good phased system to bring this entire building back on the line. So let's go. Mine just looks like a second grader wrote that, but you're cool.
My bad, I wrote one up here.
As long as you can read it. It ain't going to anybody. Yeah, I don't think we need to do video of all the units. You just take pictures of all the units. So first take a picture of the door number, then the unit all around.
Yeah, I've never done this.
Huh?
I said, yeah, I've never done this.
What I act like is that you guys create scopes and then they come back double price because we forget a bunch of shit on the scopes. Don't get me started, man. Don't get me started.
All right, so you're starting right there?
Yeah, you want to take a picture of the unit number first? See, you're getting ready to forget already.
No.
Act like I never done this.
I was going to let you guys do your thing, and then when you're done and out of my way, I was going to...
Okay, you ready? All right, then let's let's pop out then real quick. So you just take you're gonna take notes, Colton. Start in the kitchen. We need to address the base of the sink cabinet. Put a new bottom in there. Figure out the water situation's probably just turned off down there, I'd imagine. Make sure I'm giving you the appliances too for every unit we go into. There's no stove, no fridge. We need several outlet covers. I think the paint is probably okay. You think, Lance? I mean, for the most part in here, paint's fine.
You wipe all the walls out.
Yeah, so I think we just need a little bit of touch-up paint in here. Need to replace a bunch of light bulbs. The broken window replaced. That's gonna be an oversized window. Put on there oversized. It's not gonna be standard. Light touch-up paint. Yeah, there's definitely some roaches in here. You can kind of see the remnants on the wall right here, where they've gotten back in there and they've gotten comfortable right here. I mean, everything looks dead right now that's in here. I haven't seen anything alive in here. Have you seen anything alive in here? No. All right, that's it for unit 2. Oh shit! Did we get the key for the? I don't think that I set that key down somewhere. Where did I set it at? Well, whoever was here just didn't care, right? Like when you walk into a room like this and it's just a mess. You have keys thrown everywhere. Nothing organized. You can tell that's probably exactly how they ran their business, and that's why this property ran into the ground. You have to take pride in what you do. Things need to be organized, and you can take a look around and see that it's a mess. All right, so one of the most important things that you can do when you take over a large building like this, or even a small building, is you're going to have some drain issues. You're going to have some sewer problems, and you want to identify how you're going to be able to clean those drains. Even if you use a third-party company, how do you direct them so that you're not getting these crazy bills? And we see on the floors here, the first thing I noticed, but this is a clean out right here. So when you see something like this, plumber could come in here, they could unscrew that, and they could run a snake, they could cable down, or if we got jet the lines out. So being able to identify those when you take over a rental property, how you're going to effectively clear your drains out if you get an issue, which you will get an issue, I promise. It's one of our most common expenses. Knowing how to clean it and where to clean it from is super, super key. Mold mitigation that we need to do, we're probably gonna have to cut some drywall out down around here. First thing that I notice, and for you guys that are watching this right here, this is really important. When we get in and we start rehabbing units, knowing where everything's at and what's gonna cause you issues down the road. And when we get over here, let's see if we can get a light on this. This is where our plumbing's at. And if you notice, right down here, we have live electrical lines running right underneath of our water. That is probably worst case scenario for you, especially with the old buildings that have old pipes where you can create leaks. So we're gonna have to figure out how we reroute that and where we get it to, make sure that it's secure. In your notes, Colton, we definitely have some deteriorated drains that are underneath here that we're gonna have to check before we get this thing operational. We're gonna have to get the plumbing squared away. Yeah, you just go all the way to the dead end. It's the apartment complex on the dead end. All right, I'll come out after we get these 2 units done here. Walk this unit. You tell me what you were doing here. You help create the scope of work for unit 2. That's good. Yeah, let me.
That light makes me feel like we're in a haunted house. Is this whole bottom floor empty?
No. Are you ready?
Oh my goodness.
Start in the kitchen. What would you do in there?
I would get new cabinets for sure. The countertop looks good. The
Okay.
flooring looks good.
Okay.
I like the flooring in here. I think it just.
Ah!
Dick. You're lucky I didn't piss myself. But you didn't scare me as good as I thought you would.
Man, he was supposed to be in the bathroom. Lance don't follow directions. Keys in the door.
You guys are dicks.
Lance.
You're lucky I didn't lose my drink, because I'd have been real mad.
What have you been mad at?
I mean, this one's actually not bad.
No, I mean, the only problem with this one is this is where the homicide was at.
What homicide?
The one, like, dude was laying in here for like 4 months.
You're lying.
It hasn't been sanitized yet. You're walking all over it.
Liar. You know that stuff doesn't bother me, right? What do I do for a living?
All right, thanks for bringing me a drink.
Can I go back out this way, or is it the wrong way?
Mold issues. Whole paint job.
Why did you do that reenactment?
Whole paint job. Yeah, flooring throughout. Drywall repairs. Mold mitigation. Let's get the fuck out of this unit. I'm done. New ceiling fan, new lights, drywall, just put major drywall repairs.
I'm having big get one.
It's a little bit of a mess, so let us finish this floor up real quick, and we'll run down and see if we have one for you.
I understand. I've been here
I
about
mean,
a year.
this is what the key situation looks like.
Owners?
No, we're
Go between?
property management. So, you know, the building's in receivership with the court. So oftentimes the receiver isn't actually a property manager. They're just somebody the court appoints to kind of make sure bills get paid, make sure everything's taken care of. Then they hire a property management firm with us. But we're local. We're literally like 3 minutes down the road. All right, so when we take these properties over, and this isn't our first rodeo, we get these assigned to us all the time because we are the best. We know how to stabilize properties. But oftentimes on day one when we take them, we need to come in and we need to figure out who's actually living here, who's actually paying rents, who belongs here, who doesn't belong here. And we need to take an overall assessment of the building, what units need turned, what we have to do to get the building rentable again. We have to basically just get everything in order. We'll do the exterior, the interior, and everything so that we can get a good game plan, and we'll phase it out to where we can get the building just rocking and stabilized for the receiver.